Sabbath, everybody. We lost one, and we gained one. Hallelujah. But that's all right. We're going to keep on going. We're going to keep on going with these studies. And we're going to find fruitification, because that's what we're praying for. A more abundant, prolific life, so that we can produce for the kingdom and the building of the kingdom of Elohim within the souls of man. We specifically, in many cases, point our community on a group level. All right, we don't believe in race. We believe in culture. Okay, and we have been supplanted into a diabolical culture, and we feel that the only way out of that diabolical culture is to first study righteousness, the laws of opposite. If you want to overcome unrighteousness, then you must study righteousness and its appropriation. Okay, if it's cold and you want your hands warm, you got to put gloves on. 1 + 1 is 2. It's not a hard thing. We try to make it hard. Okay, it's no use talking righteousness if we don't understand the principles of righteousness and the character that empowers that righteousness, so that we can overcome the ignorance of the Rashim, which they call intelligence, but we know that it's not. The ignorance that prevails in our own communities. You think that you can be free by obeying the one who has chains on you? You're not going to be free. Satan, the Rashim, comes to steal, kill, and destroy, and they have destroyed proper culture, proper diet, proper spirituality, proper religious duty, proper understanding of divine law and how to appropriate it unto redemption. What we're doing now, line upon line, precept upon precept, is understanding the Basarah of Yeshua HaMashiach, and this is all we're going to do until we finish the foundational teachings of Yeshua HaMashiach that was found and written in the text of Matthew. Okay, and we found the text that was written in the original Hebrew that it was written in, and history testifies that the Basarah of Yeshua, written by Matthew, was first written in the Hebrew. We have that text, so we're functioning on a factual basis and not on a theoretical basis. And we find that the teachings, such as this one on the board, is not congenial with the teachings that we see in the Greek and the English. Okay? Now, I'm not saying that somebody intentionally changed it. I think they translated into the Greek the best they could. But it's good to have this Hebrew. Okay. The English is 3rd grade. Okay. But I think having this is a blessing. Learning to read the Hebrew to the degree that we have is a blessing from Yah, so that we can really understand, because it says that the true remnant that is on the earth are those who keep the commandments of Elohim and the testimony of Yeshua. So on Erev Sabbath, we study only the commandments, and we're studying only the foundational teachings of Yeshua. In these next weeks and months, that's all we're going to be doing. Okay, we want to understand the foundational teaching that derive from the commandments, as well as on Erev Sabbath we study the commandments. So let's move on. We're at Matthew's 5, and in your scriptures it would be 7, I think. Yeah. And let's look at it. Okay, taken from the Hebrew Basarah Gospel, if you want to use that word, of that was written by Matthew. Okay, again, Ishrei, Shrei. Yeah, I think that's how it's going. Shrei. Okay, which means to prosper, again, to be happy. I like the word prolific. Proliferate. To have the ability to proliferate. This is the effect of the character or the action that is being taught here by Yeshua. He said, Eshrei, happy, prosperous, prolific, fruitful. Okay. Rodof, Rodofe, Rodofi means to pursue, to obtain. Okay? Prosperous and happy, prolific and fruitful. That pursue, now we have the, right here, the yod with the serik, which means mine. Okay? So he's saying, happy, prolific, okay, those that pursue my, okay, my, see, he's classifying it, not just any piece, not just anything, but he is saying mine, okay, who is pursuing mine, we all know this word, shalom, peace. Now understand what it says in the English. It says, blessed are the peacemakers. Okay. Blessed are the peacemakers. That's not what it says in the Hebrew. It says, Ishrei, happy, prosperous, prolific, fruitful, those that pursue my peace. Pursue to obtain. Not to pursue, not to obtain. Like people say, well, we pursue perfection, but we can't never attain it. Well, what's the use in pursuing something that you believe you cannot embrace or obtain as an actuality in your life? See, these are the type of teachings that has in a nihilistic state, condition of non-action. Because we're taught that pie in the sky slave doctrine. Just wait. Wait means do nothingism. Where in actuality, wait in the Hebrew language, tikwa, means an expectation that one attains through rodaf or radaf. Because we got the vav here. What's that, baby? That's what? Active participle. Okay. Active participle. Active participle means a continuous action for the purpose of fulfilling something. See, when you add that active participle, it becomes a complete action. Okay? So, happy and prosperous are those pursuing my peace to obtain it. Not happy or blessed are the peacemakers. They teach that and then put the twist on it. Or just go around making, you can't make peace with everybody. Somebody trying to kill you, and you trying to make you going. The wolf say, "Well, come on, have dinner with me." You dumb enough to go in the cave and have dinner with the wolf, and come to find out you the dessert, because you walking around. Well, I must make peace with everyone. No, you must make peace with Elohim. Okay, that's the first objective. Peace with Elohim. This is the peace that Yeshua had. He had peace with Yahweh. He had a peaceful relationship and expression of Yahweh. He was at peace with him. He walked according to the divine Torah. He walked in the remembrance of the Sabbath. He came to fulfill the Torah. He came to pursue a completion of the Torah, not to abolish it. Don't get it mixed up like they got most people in Babylon mixed up. He didn't come to abolish the Torah. He said that right out. I don't know why they mixed up. I came not to batal, lepar, haTorah, but to shalim, to finish it, to bring it to a completion of fulfillment within myself. And then he tells us to what? Kayam, fulfill. We get to that. He used the same word, kayam, fulfill. You know, to do and to teach and fulfill the commandments. That's written in the Hebrew text of Matthew. They change it up. Okay? Because see, the wicked who took hold of this book knew that if you taught this book properly, they couldn't enslave you. They couldn't minimize you. They couldn't confuse you. Okay? But we're walking around with people completely confused. It says in the first Yakanan, he who says that he know him but does not keep his commandments is a what? Liar. And the truth is not in him. You can show that to one of these abolish the commandments Christians, and they still don't get it. That's the blind. That's blind, man. You got to be awfully blind not to get something that direct. So they want you to spend your life trying to make peace with them while they exercise war against you. But we want to make peace related to Yeshua's, pursue my peace. See, I want to pursue his peace. The peaceful fellowship and union that Yeshua had with Yahweh. Being an expression of Yahweh in bodily form. See, we need that peace. We don't need the peace of the world, because they will say peace, peace, and then sudden destruction come. You run around marching, singing and swinging and getting merry like Christmas, compromising to the standard of the system of the Rashim, believing in their justice, believing in their system of order. In each case, it only produced destruction in your life. Peace, peace. Here comes destruction. Because you're pursuing the wrong peace. The system is not your Elohim. Yahweh is your Elohim, the creator of heaven and earth. Okay? And even if you don't know him by the name Yahweh scholastically, we understand that to have peace with the Creator, we must live according to the righteous standards of his Torah, of his instruction, of his law, of his knowledge, and not the knowledge of the University of Indianapolis. The university, the prestigious school of all the rich people, your oppressors. You trying to fight for the right to sit with them to learn how to oppress people. That's how foolish we are. How you think they became an oppressor? A person can only manifest what he knows. They were educated to be oppressors, intelligent in their oppression, organized. They understand order. They know that as long as you are in a disordered state, absence of shalom, tranquility, peace, and order, you're the easiest thing to rule. Okay? But we don't want to be under the influence of the system, the world. No, we want the system of the world that has been planted within us to die. Okay? We want to come out of this confusion, and we want to have an eye that is single, that understands the righteous principles that produce peace in our lives and relationship with our Creator. You can talk all the talk that you want. You know, I'm a Hebrew, call something black. Okay, let's see. You're Hebrew because you are righteous and submitted to the obedience of truth. And your blackness takes on a unique quality then, because now you are expressing the divine light of righteousness through that blackness. That's the blackness they fear, and that's the blackness we want to have. That's the brownness we want to have. That's the yellowness we want to have. Whatever group you belong to culturally, we want every aspect of our being, naturally, spiritually, mentally, to manifest the power of the Creator's righteousness. Absence of that, you're just a slave. That's all. No righteousness, you're a slave. That's the only thing a person who don't have a righteousness can elevate themselves to. You can go from the field to the house, but you're still a slave. Let that be perfectly clear. Okay? But look what he said. Eshrei, happy, prosperous, prolific, those that pursue to obtain my peace. My peace. So we need to understand the peace that Yeshua had. What he was trying to communicate to us, that I have a certain peace with Yahweh. It's the highest level of peace that I have with him. Because all that I do is from divine nature. I'm a man of divine nature. We need to become a people of divine nature. Okay? Okay? Shah Benai Elohim. Again, let us point out to all those pronunciator people, this here is a prefix, Shah, which comes from Esher, which means which, whom, that. Okay? Okay, so it says, shall, benai, the root is ben, in a construct form. This part here means akin, a kinship. We translate it of. Okay, because that's what of actually means. To be akin to something. To be an expression or derivative or have a connection with something. Okay, in an intimate relationship. Okay, so we had Shah Benai Elohim. Now look how Matthew spelled Elohim. He used the quaf. He didn't say Elohim. Here in the Hebrew manuscript that we have here, he says Elohim. And you have people talking about, well, that's Yiddish. Dude, they didn't even speak Yiddish in the first century. This is a first century manuscript. Okay. Spoken of in history by Jerome in I think it was 334. And he the one who said, well, you know, that the Messianic Hebrews, those who derived from the assembly that was originally in Jerusalem, they had the Hebrew gospel that was written by Matthew, which gospel was originally written in the Hebrew script. Okay? So, Shabeni Elohim Yikrehu. And shall sons of Elohim, they are called, or they called. Okay? They are called. Oh, I'm sorry. He shall, this means he, this prefix. He shall, that's, you know, he shall call, right here in the plural form, them. The suffix means them. The verb suffix can mean he, she, it, or them, depending on how it is. And since he used this in a construct plural form, this is related to them, so we're going to use them. Benai Elohim Yikrehu. Okay? So let's look at the whole thing here. Let's get it run through, because y'all know I'm taking my time. We're going to learn this Hebrew. We're going verse by verse. I don't care if it takes us 2 years to get through these 3 chapters. We're going to learn the foundation. We're not rushing. Okay? We're not rushing. We line upon line, precept upon precept, word. We run into a word we don't know. We're going to look it up. We're not ashamed. You speak English. Is there any English word? You know all the English words? No. We've been studying Hebrew for years. But I run into words every day that I've never seen before. Okay? So, we're going to do this humbly. We're not going to act like we know everything. But we're going to seek to know everything, to obtain a full grasp of knowledge of the understanding and the appropriation of the mitzvot and the Basarah of Yeshua HaMashiach. So we have Eshrei, Rodefi, Shalom, Shabenai, Elohim, Yikrehu. Okay? Prosperous, happy, prolific, fruitful, those who pursue to obtain my peace. Shall sons of Elohim, he shall call them. Okay? So understand this. It didn't say blessed are the peacemakers. It said blessed are those who pursue to obtain. See, that's an intent. Okay? See, you say, oh, I want peace. Okay, peace ain't going to drop out of the sky to you. Because you have, and Yeshua understand, and anyone who is truly with spiritual enlightenment understand that one has to have a premise of righteousness in order to attain peace. Peace comes from order. Righteousness is a order of ideals that we appropriate to change the ontological condition. That's why it is written by Kaifa. He said that we purify our souls through the obedience of truth. Truth is divine order. And that truth is made actualized when we affirm that truth with action. What action? You want peace? Master righteousness. And no matter how much confusion around you, you will not turn to the right or to the left. Hey, that means you're unstable. Every time somebody do something, you, oh, the white man doing this. Oh, the black man doing this. Oh, this person, it's a conspiracy over here. Oh, the Illuminati. I know it's funny, Yaka. You know, but it is funny. Because we're saying we're pursuing to obtain the righteousness of Yahweh and spend more time talking about what the enemy is doing instead of what Yahweh is doing. See, I got problems with that. When I go into a Seder and all they talking about is what Obama doing, what England is doing, what this person is doing. The Illuminati is behind the refrigerator. The Illuminati is under the car. That's paranoia. That's not a stable mind. I come to a Seder to hear the will of Yahweh for his people, to empower his people, and to raise his people as a nation above all nations. If you ain't talking about that, I ain't interested. Okay? I'm seeking power. Anything less than power, the ability to perform at the highest level in which Elohim intended me to perform. If you ain't trying to get me there with your teaching and rhetoric, I ain't trying to hear it. No, ain't no use kicking it with me, bro. I got a vision from Yah. Glory, power, honor, dignity, righteousness, freedom. And before you can have freedom in your environment, freedom comes from an order of righteousness. Freedom is a product of something. Is you living like Willie stupid Negro talking about what we need to do to get freedom, but yet your condition of morality is lesser than that than a wild animal. You're doing things wild animals wouldn't do. At least when wild animals have children, they take care of it for the most part. Even rats take care of their babies. You having a baby here, a baby there, a baby there, and then you want to stand up and talk to me about righteousness when your whole family order is in chaos, it's perverted. Oh, I got 9 baby mamas. Proud to be a fool. It's one thing to be a fool, to know a fool, and to drop your head, boy, I'm a fool. But when you walk with your head up, I got 9 baby mamas. You know, like you done conquered and destroyed 9 women's lives instead of leading them into a position of righteousness, dignity, and honor. That goes for the women too, who walk around with their butt out. You ain't pursuing peace. Everywhere you go is chaos. Your butt out, your head up, and your arrogance showing. I ain't no good black men. Oh, thank you. Okay. There's a whole lot of good black men. They just don't want you. See? Because like I told one sister before I got married, and she's, oh, you need some, what did she tell? She said, you need some booty. I said, no, I need a wife. I don't need no hoe. All right, I know everybody say I'm too extreme and I shouldn't say things like that to people. But when you come to me with that demoralized slave mentality that I have spent many years purifying myself from, once I came to a knowledge of how to purify myself, I don't have time for you trying to contaminate my life, because it was too hard getting to where I'm at today. Oh, I'm not totally free, but that which I lack, I shall attain through aggressive pursuit. And no one that gets in my way will stay in my way. So you have to be and have the intention to radaf or rodofe, to pursue his peace, his righteousness, his glory for the purpose of obtaining. And if it's just a religious fad to you, you will faint. Men should always pray and not give up. You'll stop praying. That's the first time that you're getting ready to compromise. The first time that you're getting ready to give up the will of Yahweh for the will of the system, the will of the wife, the will of the mother, the will of the son. No. You ain't taking me. I done worked too hard. I done fought too hard. I done prayed too long to get where I'm at. And I'm going to shalim, finish it. Pursue to obtain, or shut up. And stop faking like you are. Because when you're pursuing to obtain, you ain't got time to worry about the Illuminati, because you know that the power that works in you makes the Illuminati like ants. The power that works in you, the power that created the heavens, the earth, the sea, and the springs of water. This is the power. This is the character. This is the ability that I'm seeking to obtain so that I can rule over the earth and stop being a foolish slave. You love slavery. Because everything you say you're going to do, you never fulfill. That's a sign of slavery. And my wife can tell everybody that even when I make a promise I don't want to keep, I keep it. But I tell her I got to keep my word. I have to live a life of fulfillment. I was foolish to say it without thinking about it. But I still, based upon my pursuit of righteousness, must do it. Even though I know I'm going to take a loss from it. And that didn't happen overnight. It wasn't like, hey, dude, nah, I'm going to lose on that. Man, what you said, I know. But now I have grown to a level that I understand the importance of faithfulness and fulfillment of the things that I say out of my mouth. So if I can't keep my word, how in the heck am I going to keep Yahweh's word and standard? And his standard and words are much higher than mine. You understand what I'm saying? Yeshua teaches us to obtain, to pursue rather, to obtain. He didn't teach us this passive doctrine of wait. And you can make it sound pretty all you want. Wait, well, it might not be the Lord. It might not be this. I don't live on mights. I mean, yes, yes, no, no. And the promises of Elohim are yea and amen. And with that faith and belief that his promises are guaranteed if I pursue the course of attainment based upon the laws and the principles that he has given me, and I believe in that, then I'm going to actualize it with affirmed action and not religious rhetoric that does not produce action that is congenial with the principles of his righteousness. I don't care what religion you have. Like I told the Muslim brother Michael, if you are, brother, I ain't got nothing against Muslim, live it. If you're a Muslim, live fully the Sharia and stop lying and cheating and stealing and then going to Juma on Friday. That's the problem I got with you. Because you call yourself a Muslim, but you still living under the principles of slavery. That means you ain't a Muslim. That's what I got a problem with a lot of brothers who call, hey brother, boom, boom, boom. I had two Hebrew. One Hebrew, he ordered that, never picked it up. Other Hebrew ordered the chlorophyll, called me up. Never picked it up. And now now you want to torment me with excuses. Man, I'm not trying to hear no excuses. You didn't keep your word. You are unfaithful. Okay? Don't act on something when you don't have the means of fulfilling it. Don't open your mouth. And when you do make that foolish mistake, as I have done many times, fulfill it anyway. Just to keep yourself disciplined in the action and the mentality of fulfillment. Pursue to obtain. Pursue to fulfill. And develop a lifestyle of fulfillment on the basis of honesty. Because the supremacist culture teaches us how to swindle, how to manipulate, how to get what we want. That has produced in us a mentality and mindset of thievery, connery. But once you establish yourself on, I want righteousness, I want peace. In order for me to have peace, I must, what? Purify myself from unrighteousness. Because only the fulfillment of righteousness brings peace with Elohim. That's why Yeshua said, what was he seeking? I came not to Lipa Hatorah or Nabayim. Allah Shelim. I came not to move out of the way, to destroy the Torah or the prophets, but rather fulfill. Finish. See, that was his purpose. It's our purpose. You are in Mashiach. You are a worshiper of Yahuwah. When you enter, the first thing you must receive is a divine purpose, and to renew yourself in the divine purpose for which he called you, which was to pursue, to obtain his peace, which is the end result of the fulfillment of righteousness. Baruch atah Yahweh Eloheinu Melech Yisrael Ave Mashiach hu Yeshua. Toda ata ki et yom hasabat we dibarim eshir titanu yom ze. Yom hazeh Beshim Yeshua HaMashiach and Don et Yom HaSabat Torata Rabba Yahweh Elohim Sabot. Amen. Selah. Sedar is over. Thank you for coming, everybody. We'll send one to our brother who's going through his vestation, and hopefully he'll make it through. So, everyone, peace and blessings to you in our Elohim, Yahweh, Elohim Abraham, Elohim Yishak, Elohim Jacob. Shalom Aleichem.